This is Joshua 4 seconds out here with Adam Smith in Nottingham. Adam, I know we spoke earlier in the week, but we're in the aftermath of tonight. Anthony Cacace victorious here in Nottingham, Leigh Wood stomping ground. Just give me your thoughts on the fight and the main event finishing.
Good to see you again in person. Yeah, look, it was a great event. Always is in Nottingham. Love coming here. Saw my old mate Carl Froch and his brother Lee, the renovator, who's also been here in in other forms of boxing. Look, it was a terrific night, great fights, and look, I was really looking forward to this one. I thought it would be a bit closer, but as it panned out, Anthony Cacace was superb. He was really, really good tonight, and I think Lee probably felt the inactivity, the move up in weight was something he had to do. He called for the fight, but I think a Leigh Wood of 2-3 years ago against Cacace tonight would have been closer. I thought Cacace was really good. I thought he was sharp. I think he's got real momentum in his career. I mean, look what he's done to Joe Cordina, Josh Warrington, and now Leigh Wood. 3 terrific, almost legendary fighters in Britain. I think he's been fantastic, and I loved his switch hitting tonight, the use of the jab. I thought his reach, his long levers, and the power at the end. I mean, he's underrated. You look at the record and you think he's hardly got any stoppages, and then he does it to Joe Cordina and now Leigh Wood. So yeah, and I felt as the fight was going on, Barry Jones was saying, "Oh, you never know with Leigh Wood, and you always comes from behind." But I thought tonight, I just got that feeling that it wasn't going to happen for him. Just a number of things. I just think the size, the inactivity, Cacace's momentum and performance. And I think Lee at least had a fantastic career. And look, if that's it for him, we'll remember him with excitement, fondness, everything. I love Leigh Wood. He's a great guy. They both are. So I'm really pleased for Anthony tonight, but I'm gutted as well for Lee. I think he'll be devastated, but he's got nothing to be devastated about in terms of what he gave to this fight and every fight. He never stops, and he wouldn't have stopped if Ben Davison hadn't correctly threw in the towel. It was a terrific decision as well from the corner, and it's great to see the respect between the pair afterwards. It was a case of one guy having a great night and the other one not being there really.
How did you have the fight scored come the time of the stoppage?
I had Cacace well up. I thought Lee had his moments in the fight, but I didn't see it like Steve Gray did. I thought that card was odd. I just thought Cacace was the better man tonight, and I thought Leigh Wood was competitive and strong and tough, and I just didn't think he flowed like he normally does. And I thought that you've got to hand that to Cacace, but also I think the inactivity and maybe the size, but certainly the sharpness wasn't Leigh Wood that I've seen before. And I don't know whether that's at 36, whether it's just he's had time out. I know he was really desperate for this fight in front of his home crowd, and sometimes things just don't work in the ring. You got to ask Lee that, but for me, he just wasn't quite the Leigh Wood of old.
Going forward, what would you like to see for Leigh Wood's future now? Obviously, he's already had a great career so far as it is. Do you feel he's got more to offer still, or would you like to see him possibly hand the gloves?
Look, he's definitely got more to offer. Yeah. It's just whether he should call it a day. I don't think he will probably get back to the level that he's been at, former world champion. So you wonder why, if anything. I think he talked before this fight about life after boxing. I'm very passionate about that area of life after boxing. I don't ever like fighters going on too long. But they've got to have something to do to replace that void. I think Lee could be a brilliant asset to the boxing world. So look, it's not up to me. Ben Davison and the team have been around him a long time. His family will talk to him, but Lee's a bright guy, and my gut feeling is that this is probably it. And if it is, I just want to thank him for what an amazing journey we've had with him, and some phenomenal memories, and for being such a great guy throughout. And I'd love to see him still hang around the sport. But look, if he comes back to the ring, then he'll have everyone's full support, and I'm sure he'll pack out arenas again. But I don't know. I just something tells me that might be the end.
For Cacace, what would you like to see him do now? Who would you like to see him face next? He said in the ring he wants the money fights. Which money fight stands out to you the most?
He deserves the money fights because he's battled away and he's had jobs outside of the ring, delivering Chinese food, pizzas, all of that. And you know, he's a great guy. He's got relatives in Italy. He's got Irish blood, obviously, and Belfast is, I think, where we want to go. But I've been out to Naples and the Amalfi Coast. He's got uncles, cousins out there. We could have a fight on the Amalfi Coast. It's a beautiful part of the world, but I think he'll be in Belfast. I'd like to see him have a homecoming in Belfast. I think that's the right place for him. Yeah, he's very close to Carl Frampton, and Carl, part of our team on DAZN, was delighted for him. I think he deserves that. He's been on the road. He's been to Riyadh. He's been to Wembley Stadium. He's been to Nottingham. I think he deserves a big fight in Belfast, a big money fight, hopefully for a world title. And I'd like to see Leigh Wood come and help us maybe this side of the ring and be a special guest on that night. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be sensational. We wish both Anthony Cacace and Leigh Wood all the best for the future. Just quickly, Adam, one big topic that I just want to get your thoughts on. We saw the return of Tommy Fury on Friday night, and in the build-up to it, we saw John Fury kind of have some comments that have seemed to take the headlines a little bit in saying that Tyson Fury needs to make changes to the team if he's to come back. He wants to see him retired, and he believes that SugarHill is incapable of getting the best out of him, and that Tyson is the one telling SugarHill what to do most of the time. How do you react to those comments? What were your initial thoughts when you first heard them?
Look, John's his own guy, and I'm not sure of the comings and goings in the Fury family and house at the moment. Who's talking to who and who's not, and that's really not our business. It's up to them. You know, Tyson will make. He's a very, very experienced boxing man, and he'll make the decisions he needs to. He's told everyone he's retired. I think he'll be back, and I think he'll fight Joshua. And I expect Sugar and Andy Lee to be around him, and maybe his dad, who knows. But ultimately, I think Tyson will want to fight Joshua because it's the biggest fight in Britain, and I think that he'll probably be itching to get back. He looks in great shape, Tyson. I don't know, AJ, once he's got his elbow and his arm sorted, will want to fight. So there seems no better match to be made. Could it be made in 2025? We've got everything else in boxing this year. We've had Bivol Beterbiev, we've had Eubank and Ben, we've got obviously Usyk and Dubois, we've got Canelo and Crawford. I mean, you could have Fury and Joshua, and maybe the trilogy of Beterbiev and Bivol. I mean, 2025 could go down as one of the greatest years ever in boxing, couldn't it? We haven't even talked about the likes of the Fisher-Allen match next week, the Josh Taylor fights, the Fabio Wardley in Ipswich. So much in Britain at the minute, and so much around the world as well. So Ring Magazine putting on the big shows. Saudi in the autumn and winter is going to be fantastic, and Usyk Dubois this summer. There's so much going on in boxing at the moment. Tommy Fury I'd like to see in big fights, maybe with KSI and Jake Paul. I don't know what Tommy wants to do, but there's so much happening. There's Misfits next week. There's just so much. We're just so busy, aren't we? Which is great to see. So whatever the Furies decide, it's up to them. It's not up for us to really comment on that. But I'd like to see Tyson back in the ring. That's what I would like to see, because I thought he was good against Usyk second time. Yes, he lost the fight, but I thought it was a good performance from Tyson. So I don't think Tyson's done yet.
Absolutely. Adam, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for your time. Always good to catch up, and I look forward to the next one. Cheers.
Come on, Tyson, let's fight. AJ, let's get it done. Come on. You know you want to. You know both of you want it. Big money fight. Maybe do two of them. Wembley Stadium. Come on. Let's get it done.
Perfect way to leave it. Adam, thank you very much.